I was hate crime 5 times in one night, okay? 3 of them by Trump supporters.
What happened to you?
Okay, for one of them, I was just walking, and then I see this truck full of 4 white men pass by me, MAGA apparel, everything, you know. And then,
Did they say this is MAGA country?
okay, that's fine.
But what evidence do you have for this? Do you have like corroborating witnesses? Do you have cameras? Do you have license plate numbers? Because now we're talking about crimes. Threatening to rape you is an intent of a crime. Did you go to the police? Do you file a police report? Do you hire an attorney? Do you sue the school? Did you go to the civil rights office? Do you file a civil rights complaint? Did you do any of that? Because you should.
Okay.
No, did you? Tell me. Yes or no?
I did not, but
Why?
I'm not going to argue with you.
No, but you're coming in front of
experiences.
2,000 people to say it. Why did you
Right.
not go to the university and say this happened?
Okay, because how would I report them?
Anyone, there's
Who would I
hotlines all
report?
over this campus. You guys have nothing but like, if something happens to you, I think you're making this up. I think you're doing this to try to make a point.
Okay.
I don't think there's any evidence.
I can promise you, God as my witness, I am not. Anyways.
No, but seriously, why don't you today commit? Let's do this. I'm going to show you the university official, and why don't you go file a Department of Education complaint, and let's find these terrible people that did this to you. Can we agree?
Well, top debating is an on-discrimination submission by this college students. So let's continue with this video.
Hi, Charlie. How are you? Good. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna give a little bit of a backstory on myself. I'm Jaden Clark. I'm a student here. Freshman year, I was hate crime 5 times in one night. Okay, 3 of them by Trump supporters.
What happened to you?
Okay, for one of them, I was just walking, and then I see this truck full of 4 white men pass by me, MAGA apparel, everything, you know. And then,
Did they say this is MAGA country?
anyways, they drove past me, and they were like, "F you, nigger, bend over."
Okay, so they said the N-word on campus to you.
Well, yes.
Oh, yeah? Okay, so what happened to them when you reported them?
I didn't report them.
Oh, really? Okay, so maybe it didn't happen.
Okay, anyways.
I don't believe you. I'm being honest, I don't believe you. I think
Okay.
you're making it up.
Okay. Anyways.
I refuse to believe that somebody on this campus would go around and sheepishly call you the N-word. I refuse to believe that.
Well,
I think you're lying.
Anyways, next instance, they threatened to rape me and then just drove off.
Hold on, so a bunch of Trump guys who are largely white heterosexual males then also threatened to rape you?
Different group of people, but yes.
All in one night?
All in one night, sir.
I think you're making this up.
Okay, that's fine.
But what evidence do you have for this? Do you have like corroborating witnesses? Do you have cameras? Do you have license plate numbers? Because now we're talking about crimes. Threatening to rape you is an intent of a crime. Did you go to the police? You file a police report? You hire an attorney? You sue the school? Did you go to the civil rights office? Do you file a civil rights complaint? Did you do any of that? Because you should.
Okay.
No, did you? Tell me. Yes or no?
I did not, but
Why?
I'm not going to argue with you.
No, but
on
you're coming in front of
experiences.
2,000 people to say it. Why did you
Right.
not go to the university and say this happened?
Okay, because how would I report them?
Anyone, there's
Who would I
hotlines all
report?
over this campus. You guys have nothing but like, if something happens to you, I think you're making this up. I think you're doing this to try to make a point.
Okay.
I don't think there's any evidence.
I can promise you, God as my witness, I am not. Anyways.
No, but seriously, why don't you today commit? Let's do this. I'm going to show you the university official, and why don't you go file a Department of Education complaint, and let's find these terrible people that did this to you. Can we agree?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll think about
and by the
that.
way, we'll be able to look at security camera footage, and we'll see.
Okay, I'll think about that.
But you didn't do that.
Can I try
though.
to finish?
You'll think
I'm
about
not-
it. Hold on. Why wouldn't you want to do that immediately?
Can I talk?
No, but you're making a serious accusation. Please, I'm just.
And I'm not going to argue with you
Let
about
it
my
slow
personal
down. Let's listen to
experiences.
him.
Anyways.
It didn't happen, man.
Okay, that's cool. Anyways, I feel like every time I step foot on this campus, I have a wall of vitriol and hate at my back. And to the audience, I say to you, these are your fathers, these are your siblings, and these are your neighbors. So y'all need to clock them. And I hate overgeneralizing, but I'm not going to say all Trump supporters are racist, but a good amount. Anyways, my question to you is, if you had one message to say to these people with the hate in their hearts, what would you tell them?
I would tell you to stop lying.
What would you tell them? Not to me.
No, honestly, I think you're Jussie Smollett at this campus. I think you're completely making this whole thing up. I think you are a complete liar because I am now giving you an opportunity to report this at the high. I will bring this to Linda McMahon, the head of the Department of Education, the federal government. I will make sure these people are arrested by Kash Patel, the head of the FBI. And you'll say, oh, I'll think about it. Because you're making this up. You're doing this for a political purpose. So will you, no, seriously, Kash Patel will get involved. Yes? It's a hate crime. That's not acceptable. Well, hold on. No, will you do this or not?
That's really cute, Charlie, but I'm trying to give you the opportunity to alleviate hate within this group of people who have a
No,
shared
no.
ideology.
But hold on a second. There's no hate. There's just love of America here in this audience. That's all that's here today, okay? That's all that's here. But back to you. I heard your accusation. I'm now going to go to the University of Tennessee and tweet this and say, hey, this is a serious accusation. I want the governor to get involved, by the way.
Okay.
The governor's get involved. I'm going to call Marsha Blackburn. I'm now going to call Big Haggerty. I know all these people, and we're going to find out really quickly if you're telling the truth or not, because you just came in front of 2,000 people, and we're going to go bring in the police. We'll bring in the FBI, because what you just said is unacceptable. You said Trump supporters called you the N-word. That is no place in America, and they threatened to rape you. That is no place in America. But you know what else is no place in America? Lying and saying it happened to you. So we'll find out really quick if you're
Okay.
telling the truth or not.
That's cool, but like, can you answer my question though? If you,
My message to everyone in the audience, keep loving America.
okay.
But
What about loving
no,
your neighbor?
just so you know, this is going to become a very big issue. We're going to put this on social media because nowhere in America should you be allowed to go in front of a microphone with no evidence, no willingness to report, no likelihood to talk to police and say, oh, this happened to be at night, and ruin the reputation of half the country and say that they wanted to go me and call me the N-word. That is gross.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You'll be hearing from a lot of institutions, and if you did indeed lie, you will be civilly liable for smearing this university publicly for a very big number. We'll find out if you're telling the truth. Thank you.
Thank you. That's really cute. Make sure you add me, Jaden Clyde.
I will. Thank you. Hope you have a good lawyer. Thank you. And I want you to understand the implications of this. No one has had the stones to stand up to this stuff for years past. And so many innocent people have been drugged into this crap saying that all the white people are coming after me. I don't believe it. It's wrong. And we're putting an end to it.
That's a tough debate. I don't know if the allegation, that this very young man, is leveling against, the Trump supporters, whether it is true or not. But one thing is for sure, I could have wished that Charlie could have at least listened to him so that at least we could all hear his own innocent part. I don't know if he or her, but nevertheless, it was actually a tough one. The reasons why I wanted Charlie to listen to him is because there are some legitimate people who may be going through some of this hate crime. But maybe probably how Charlie decided to handle it, maybe some people will not feel as to or feel comfortable to go before the mic to at least express, some themselves. In the other hand, I don't understand how maybe you are being abused and then you are being labeled the F word, on campus and you don't want to report it. That's the rationale, that I don't just get. And why do you have to level it and says that they are Trump supporters? Why don't you says that maybe there are some people in the campus that treated you this way or use some kind of weight on you that you think that is inappropriate, instead of you saying they are Trump supporters? Why don't you look at them as an human being instead of you saying that we are Trump supporters? First of all, how did you know they are Trump supporters? You see the thing. It looks like he's just stereotyping them and make every Trump supporters, look like, they don't like, him, which is not the case. And if care is not taken, that's where the issue of, DEI used to comes in. Some people will feel that because he's a black man or because he or her, I don't even know. You understand? Could be the reason. And I think that that's the way maybe Charlie was looking at it. That's why he was a little bit being hysterical on how maybe probably he decided to handle it. But nevertheless, Charlie actually have people, in government that could have helped to look at the camera and how some of those things, happen, so that maybe some of these people, can be called to justice. Maybe he can be able to at least get justice, from some of these, so that people don't have to go through some of these things. Nevertheless, but then if you see how maybe probably how he was presenting it, it makes it looks as if he just make it up, like he just wake up everything to come and say, okay, let me come here and says that they are Trump supporters, so that people will says that, oh, Trump supporters, this is how they behave or this is how they do. They stereotype people, they don't like people, they hate people, that kind of a thing, which is not the case. It doesn't mean that because of somebody do something that is bad means that you have to tag the person, with Trump. Even if you understand they support Trump, but the thing is they do something that is not right. So can people, you understand, be called to justice based on what they do without necessarily have to bring politics into it? So that they don't have to say, oh, they are Trump supporters. So how about us that are Trump supporters that won't do some sort of thing? Does it mean that it's all of us, you understand, that like to stereotype people? No. The answer is capital, you understand? No. So I could have wished that, you understand, he kind of report, you understand, this case. And I would also wish that maybe probably Charlie kind of pick this up so that in case, you understand, he is lying, so that at least a student will not come and another student will not come and learn from him and then maybe come and be spreading, you understand, disinformation or say things that are not true about, you understand, people. I think it do not make sense. So I think that maybe if possible, the FBI should kind of maybe investigate, you understand, some of this allegation to see if it is true or not. And if it is true, then the culprit, you understand, should bring to book to justice. And if it is not, then I think that maybe the young man should be punished so that he should not go on, you understand, spreading lies and saying things that are untrue. But nevertheless, let me hear your thought and opinion, you understand, at the comment section, you understand, concerning this. And may God bless you as you do so. So have a wonderful day and goodbye.